Hi friends, welcome to CR Digital Classes. Today in this video we are going to discuss about the chi-square test. Now let us understand what is this chi-square test. So chi-square test is a statistical technique where we use for determining and understand the difference between the two variables, two means of different two sets of population. So this chi-square is one of the non-parametric technique. It is among the hypothetical test, that is whatever we have framed. So this is technique under the non-parametric test. So chi-square of a standard normal variable is called chi-square. Then it is pronunciation as KIA, chi-square, and we will write it as CHI. So this is denoted with the Greek word that is chi-square. It is in the form of x square, which variate with the 1 degree of freedom. It is expressed as, you can see, chi-square into, that is x minus mu divided by standard deviation to the whole square. And if that is x1, x2 to xv, that is variant, independent variant, and are independent random variables following normal distribution with means mu1, mu2 and to the mu v, and standard deviation, that is 1 to v. And chi-square is equal to sigma x minus mu, that is mean by standard deviation whole to the that is whole square. Then where chi-square is the chi-square test static and mu is normal distribution and standard deviation. So this is the formula to calculate chi-square we use in the chi-square technique. And before using that, let us see about the applications of chi-square distribution. It is said to be or treated as test of goodness of fit. We will try to, this technique will help us about the goodness of fit, and this also for the independence of attributes, and to test if population has specified value of variance. If the whatever population we have selected, that is having specified value of variance or not, this test will help us to check. And the test also to test equality of several population proportion, whether the mean is equal or different. This test will help us to determine. And assumptions or conditions of chi-square test is, there are 5 conditions to fulfill chi-square test, that is same observation data, that is sample observation data must be independent of each other. So whatever observations we are taking, the sample observation is, it must be independent of each other. And random sampling from specified population to give the sample data. So here random sampling will be taken from specified population. So we already discussed in the previous videos what is random sample. Then data should be in percentage or ratio form, but in original units to make comparison easy. So data should be in the that is, it should be in different. It should not be in the form of a percentage, or it should not be in the form of ratio. It should be in the original units, so that it becomes easy for us to compare. Then sample size should have at least 50 observations. So 50 observations, it comes under large sample. We understood that there are 2 types of sample. One is small sample and other one is large sample. Small sample is less than 30, we call it as small sample, and 30 or greater than we call it as large sample. So this chi-square, the assumption is it should be more than 50. Then chi-square test statistic is, it is an important non-parametric test. So as we have earlier discussed in hypothesis test, we have 2 types. One is parametric and other one is non-parametric. So in parametric we have parameters. In non-parametric we don't have any specified parameters of the population. So it is non-parametric test and does not have any prerequisites, no assumptions in respect of type of population. And chi-square describes the magnitude of discrepancy between theory and observations, whether it can be attributed to chance or it is due to inadequacy of theory to fit the observed facts. So here we try to see the discrepancy between the theory and the observations. And if chi-square is 0, observed and expected frequency are equal. So here we will be considering two, that is one is expected frequency, other one is observed frequency. So we try to compare the difference between both. If the difference between both is 0, that is nothing but chi-square is 0. Then the greater chi-square value, more would be the discrepancy between observed and the expected frequencies. So if the value is more, then the discrepancy between the observed and expected frequency will also be more. So here formula given, that is chi-square sigma observed minus expected, observed frequency minus expected frequency divided by whole to the whole square divided by standard deviation. Then as I told you, O is observed frequency, E is expected frequency. So calculate value of whatever value we have calculated, that chi-square value, we try to compare with the table value. So here we will be having the table value. Table value will be given under specified degree of freedom at a specified level of significance, like 5%, maybe the degree of freedom may be 1% or 9%, that is n-1 we will consider. So here whatever value is there, we will try to compare the table value and the calculated value. So if the chi-square value, that is calculated value, is greater than the chi-square value of the table value, the difference between theory and observation is considered to be significant. That means there is a significance is there. The fluctuations of sampling is not responsible. If the chi-square, that calculated value, is less than chi-square of a table value, the difference between theory and observation is not considered significant. It is not considered significant, and also fluctuations in sampling responsible. So here you can understand, if the chi-square is more than the table value, the calculated value is more than the table value, the difference whatever is there, it is significant. If the chi-square is less than the table value, calculated value is less than the table value, then it is not considered as significant. So depending on the hypothesis we frame. Then degrees of freedom have restriction of the total sample observations. So degrees of freedom will have their restrictions. So let us understand chi-square test with a problem. So here the data is given. The following results are obtained when a dice is thrown 132 times. Test the hypothesis that the dice is unbiased. So data is given, digit and frequency 0, that is 18, 119, 223. So in the similar way, the observations are given 10. So first of all, we have to frame the hypothesis, null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis. Where null hypothesis we represent as H0 and alternative hypothesis or HA, small a. So here the null hypothesis framed is digits which are chosen from the table are equally distributed. So this is the null hypothesis. And alternative hypothesis, obviously it will be opposite to that. That is, digits which are chosen from the table are not distributed equally. So the difference is, here we are saying equally distributed. Here in the alternative hypothesis we are saying not distributed equally. So let us see whether it is null hypothesis, whatever is framed is accepted or rejected. So here expected frequency, that is the total of the expected frequency and number of observations, that is 200 divided by 10. It is 20. So the data is put in the tabular form, that is the observed frequency and expected frequency. Here we are trying to determine the difference between observed frequency and expected frequency. So here the expected frequency is 20 and observed frequency is 18. So these are the different observations we are. Now we are trying to check the difference between each observation, between the observation and the expected frequency. So 18 minus 20, it is minus 2, 19 minus 20 is minus 1, then 23 minus 20 is 3. So in the similar way, we have taken the difference of all 10 observations and we have squared them. That is observed frequency minus expected frequency whole square, O minus E whole square, which is for 2 it is 4, 1, 3 it is 9, 1 and 4 it is 16, 5 it is 25, 2 it is 4, 0, then 1, 5 it is 25. So minus here, as we have made the square, minus into minus plus, it has become positive. Then we have taken the then whatever we got the difference we have squared, then divided by expected frequency. That is, we are trying to check what is the percentage of the change. So here 0 minus E, that is O minus E whole square divided by E, that is observed frequency minus expected frequency whole square divided by expected frequency, which we got 0.2, 0.05, 0.45, 0.058, then 0.8, 1.25, 1.2, 0, 0.05, 1.25. So these are the values we got on the calculation. Now sigma, that is sum of all these things, is 4.3. So let us see what is the table value of this. Now here level of significance is 5%, which we write it as 0.05. Then degree of freedom, that is total observations minus 1. Observations are 10, then minus 1, it is 9. So degree of freedom is 9. Then table value at 9 degree of freedom, 5% of level of significance is 16.92. 16.92. So obviously whatever we got, the calculated value is less than 16.92, that is less than table value. Now as what we conclude is, as the calculated value of chi-square is 4.3, which is less than the table value 16.92. There is lot of gap between both. You can see the variance, the region which is shaded here. This is the region what the gap is, that is between the calculated value and the table value. So what we say, hence null hypothesis is accepted. As the calculated value is less than the table value, null hypothesis accepted, which is indicating that the digits which are chosen from the table are equally distributed. So as the null hypothesis is accepted, saying that the values, the table values, whatever digits we have taken are equally distributed, alternative hypothesis rejected. So this is how we do the chi-square test. I hope this video is helpful for understanding about the chi-square and how to do the problem with the help of chi-square technique. Thank you.